Hi guys. Happy Tuesday, Torrie Tuesday. I'm waiting for people to get on. Okay, so today, on Saturday, my friend Candace had this amazing party at her house, and I didn't really know what it was until I got there. But the theme of the night was Night of the Champ. Night of the Champ was the name of her party at her house. And at this party, she had invited a 5 key people from all different areas of life that basically are champs. And one of them was an Olympic medalist. One of them was a CEO of a company. Another guy was her gardener. Everybody was a champ in their own way. And when I sat around just kind of like taking it all in and looking at all the people she invited, all people that were champs in their own right in a different area in life, she just wanted to bring together. And I sat back and I thought, this is just so important to remind everyone about how important it is to surround yourself with people that you want to be like in some way, right? And we always say that, but they always say you're like the 5 people that you hang around with the most. But I think that it's not just that; it's people that you hang around in general. And a little backstory to go with that. So I think maybe I recognized it as I was sitting there, because I have gone through periods where I spent a lot of time with people that were not bringing out the best in me. And obviously you can only blame yourself when you're not being your best, but it does affect you when you're around people that aren't contributing. So I would say maybe 3 years ago, I had run into this old friend of mine, a girl, in Beverly Hills on the street. And I hadn't seen her in 15 years. And we reconnected, and at that time I was kind of going through, I would say probably entering into a time in my life that was just kind of a rough patch. So her and I, because, she basically was single and, kind of searching, and I felt like I kind of was searching in my own way, we ended up starting to spend a lot of time together, sometimes every day. We would work out together. When I was ending up in my rough patch, she was helping me through it. And what I started to realize was this friend of mine was operating from a nonstop place of fear and scarcity. And she was literally the victim of her own life. Every day, there was something really sad. It was always sad and melancholy, and it was always, bringing up the problems in my life. Her bringing them up to me to talk about rather than focus on the positive. And I noticed that over the 6-month period that we were hanging out a lot, that I really was just starting to act from a place of fear myself. I would always think of what negative could happen instead of what positive could happen right away. And then I started realizing even when she would call me, I would start getting butterfly, my stomach would turn because I felt the heaviness. And she's a sweet girl. I mean, a good person. Very she goes to church every Sunday, just a good person. But when push comes to shove, if I really had to sit and think about it, I was not being a better person around her. I was not feeling full of life, full of fearless energy that we should feel. And so I finally had to cut ties with her. Now, I haven't spent time with her in years, but this goes back to the Night of the Champ that Candace just had on Saturday, because it's a stark difference. And after that experience with my friend, I had made an explicit decision that I was no longer gonna, surround myself with people that weren't bringing out the best in me. And that comes out in all areas of life. So it's not just about being the CEO and the person with the most money, because that does not make you successful. A lot of people are misled by that. That doesn't mean you're successful. I think that changes as we get older and we get more wise. But I can say, like, I have spent a lot of, I was, like, I dated someone very successful, and to the outside, everything on paper was perfect. But I noticed the longer that I was with that person, I started valuing outer success more than like my inner peace and happiness, if that makes any sense. And that's not what my ultimate success looks like. My ultimate success looks like a lot of different things, not just one. And usually when we're searching for one thing to feel that success, we're going to be disappointed when we get it. So back to Candace's Night of the Champ. It was really cool because, she had all these different people in different areas of life that are champs. And I was most touched by her gardener, who had the most amazing story. He came from Mexico. He was addicted to heroin and cocaine and all these drugs. He was an alcoholic, and he lost his wife and his 2 kids. His wife moved to America with the 2 kids, and it was just like, it was a horrible story, and he was crying as he was telling us the story. And then the story turned positive, and how he got clean. He went into rehab, he got clean, and now he is a gardener, and he's like, I used to shame myself and think that this was never, like something I would be proud of, but every day that I am, working and digging something, I feel more and more proud because I'm putting food in my kids' mouths, and, I've come a long ways, and I'm proud of who I am. And how amazing is that? It's just a reminder, like, we are all freaking champions. And just because you're not winning a gold medal does not mean you're not a champion. And just because you're not freaking, CEO of a huge corporation, that doesn't mean you're not a champ. And this mindset, just changing it even a little bit can change your life. I've like talked about this before. Some of you may or may not know, but I personally have gone through very high peaks and valleys. And the valleys are always the ones that create a better person, and also someone that carries a lot more wisdom. But so I just want to remind you guys that how important it is to surround yourself with people that you are better around. Doesn't have to be that, like, on paper what makes someone successful. It means, do you walk away from a meeting with someone, whoever it is that you're allowing your time with, do you walk away feeling like happy and light, or do you walk away with this heavy sinking feeling? And don't be shy about cutting people out. You don't have to be mean about it, but don't be shy about cutting people out of your life that are not affecting you in a positive manner. If we all did this, what a happier world we'd be living in. It's important. And, for like a large part of my life, I felt sorry for people, so I would give them my time because I felt like, well, they need somebody and I can be a positive influence. Well, yes, we can all be a positive influence, and I'm not saying not to ever give anyone your time that you don't walk away feeling better with, but you come first. And screw being a good influence all the time if you're being drugged down. That's it. I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying, because sometimes I wonder. So back to the Night of Champ. I'm in a much better place in my life the past few years, actually. And it's become more and more evident that you have to be when it comes to the people that you hang out with, you have to be a guard of your own gate. Don't let people in that are going to bring you down. No time for that. Life's too short. That's my Torrie talk for today. I'm going to see if you guys have any questions. Oh, this is interesting. I'm just seeing how people can like request to be live in your video now. That must be new because I never noticed it before. All right, so I'm just gonna close with this. Being successful on paper is much different than being successful in your life. Being successful on paper can be listed perfectly, even when it comes down to like what relationship you're in. On paper it might look good, but in real life, is that success to you? Are you happy? Are you fulfilled? Are you shooting for the stars and feeling supported? Are you feeling understood? Are you feeling lifted? That's something to really think about. Are you successful on paper or in your life? Hopefully both. All right, you guys, I have a call, so